Good morning, everybody, and welcome. This is Vince with Listings to Leads, and we're going to talk about Facebook advertising today. And as people are coming in, I really want to know, I asked this question earlier, but I would really like to know from all of you, how many of you have run ads on Facebook and how many of you have listings, okay? If you can answer that question in the chat panel, that will give me some indication of what we need to focus on. There's a lot when it comes to Facebook. I am recording this call, and it's going to be in our mastermind group later today. But let's get started, and I'm going to repeat this question in a second. Before we get started, I'm going to actually go into our mastermind group. Now, if you're a client, you need to go in our mastermind group. It's where Scott and I announce new technologies. It's where our clients like you come in and say, hey, I've got a question, or hey, this is the kind of success I got with your stuff. So there's a couple of important things here that I definitely want to talk about today. And so that's why we're going to roll through it. First, there's a new PDF ad generator. So we can run ads now inside Listings to Leads, capture leads on Facebook, and deliver a PDF. I'm going to show you how and where that works. And then here I'm talking about, we got our class, and then that's whatever that is. This is, man, why is it going over and over? There's something here that I wanted to show you guys. It came up a little bit ago. And it's actually a good question. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's this. So this is related right here to Facebook. It's 159 leads with name, email, and phone number for $56. So that's 35 cents a lead on the buyer lead side, okay? And that's with our new Facebook ad generator, which we're gonna go look at. And then I'm gonna show you how to run ads just like this one here. And then I'm gonna show you how to run ads to get seller leads. And then I'm gonna show you how to run ads to use to get free PDF reports, right? And I think that's kind of the story, right? Like right here, this is Peter from Florida telling us, hey, he's got 139 leads at 42 cents a lead, right? This is December 30th, not too long ago. Let me stop this. I got things bouncing in my email. So I'm just sort of getting my brain working and warming up. I'm just showing you a couple of things in the mastermind group. And I wanted to sort of start the dialogue here, but while I'm talking and I see more and more people coming out, I really would appreciate it if you give me the answer of, do you know how to run Facebook ads, and do you have listings right now? Okay, I'd like to know that from everyone, because then you have different things to do with Facebook. And so I just sort of know where we are. Now here is something Guy put in here December 29th and said, I'm doing a trial and I just boosted a post, but I only got email addresses. And I got 0 response on the 40 leads. What am I doing wrong? How can I require phone numbers? And so I actually responded and I said, hey, run the ad through the ads tab using lead forms for pre-populated phone numbers. And this is kind of, this is really easy. I'm going to show you how to do it. But, it's kind of, I went back to Scott and one of our tech people. I said, we need to make this running ads in the forefront. If you're a new client to us, the first thing we tell you is, let's set up auto posting, right? Let's connect your social media accounts and do auto posting. And auto posting is cool. I'll show you what that looks like. And you can boost it. That boosting doesn't always work. And so this guy's got questions. And so I don't know if you know what boosting is. There's usually a button and you can boost it. It's sort of like advertising. You can put in a budget. And you can say, I want everybody that lives here to see this and 15 miles around. And there are some ups, some pluses, and some minuses when coming to boosting, right? And instead of teaching you that, like when is it right time to boost and what you got to click when you're trying to get seller leads and what do you do when you want to get buyer leads, there's a lot that you have to know when it comes to boosting, right? And it's much easier if I just tell you this? Stop boosting ads and go into listings to leads and go to this new ad tab here. There's a green button that says new, and create ads for any of your listings with this button here, or create ads for landing pages with this button here, or create social content ads, which is actually our new PDF thing. And I'm going to walk you through all three of those buttons. But I'll just tell you this, and let me get some answers here to the question I'm asking of, do you have listings? And do you know how to run ads? Yeah, run ads, have listings, for listings, yeah, run ads. I don't have any listings, okay. I have a couple rentals, yeah, good. I have 3 listings, 3 coming, I've advertised, that's good. So you got kind of a mix. Run it, okay, run it's got the sound. So Melissa kind of says something here. So I want to talk about the 2 things, because a bunch of you do have listings and some of you don't. If you, and I just got off the phone, oh, actually, Melissa, I think we were talking today. Yeah. So if you don't have listings, I want to kind of discuss that first. Yeah, okay, got it. So if you don't have listings, what should you do? And there are kind of 2 things when regards to Facebook that I think you should do. One is borrow a listing, right? And I think Melissa said she's from KW, and they have a kind of a philosophy of sharing listings that are in the office. And so you can usually talk to TL and get something like that. And you really want to borrow a listing in an area where you want to build your business. I definitely recommend this. So this is the listings page. I've got listings here, but if I didn't have my own listings, I could click this green button up here that says add listing and click grab. And all you need is a zip code and the MLS ID of the property. Deselect it since it's not your listing. That way we don't create a YouTube video for you in your name. And grab it and it'll pull that listing in, all right? And a lot of agents do that to, when they're borrowing a listing for somebody else to hold an open house, right? Like maybe there's a listing agent that's super busy in your office and they're gonna have an open house and they're like, hey, would you sit on that open house for me, right? And you say, sure, yeah, I'll do that. Well, I think traditionally, you know, an agent sits there and chats up the people that walk through the house, right? In our world, you pull in a listing like I showed you, you save the open house date and time like I'm doing right now. And when that's done, we create a stack of tools for you. And these are what the tools look like. So this could be a borrowed listing, right? And if I can tell you anything, I want to make sure that you focus on these things: your social media, seller social media, the virtual tour, the e-flyer for your database, and print marketing. I'm not going to go through all of these because that's kind of like listing marketing, right? And we have a limited amount of time here, and I really want to make sure you understand what to do regarding Facebook. So you see where it says your social media? We have auto posting, and right now it says this is scheduled to be auto posted in about 20 minutes, okay? So this is a listing landing page that we create for every one of your properties. This one says it's open house, and because it's time sensitive, there's that ticking time bomb thing there, right? And so we have listing landing pages for all the statuses of your home. You just, update the status. When you click this blue button, you'll see a flash. I'm asking for a phone number, not requiring it, and that grabs the name and email when you click that blue button and delivers it to the agent. Then it drops the consumer on the single property website that has all kinds of great stuff, right? All the information you want. It's got multiple hooks to get home value leads. So this is just a great tool to get out on the market, right? But we're scheduled to auto post. So what does that mean? Well, we'll auto post to your Facebook business pages and community pages and Twitter and LinkedIn automatically. And we'll look at that real quickly and get a sense of what that is, right? So this is an auto post, not an ad. It is an automated post that you don't even have to touch, right? And it's got emojis in it. It's got hashtags in it. It's got a nice picture and it's got a nice banner. When you click on it, what's going to happen? Well, there's this tool here that's going to capture leads and drive them to you, right? So on LinkedIn and on Twitter, the hashtags here, like realtor and real estate and house hunting, these are what get the eyeballs. You might have 3 friends on Twitter, but there are tons of people watching real estate. And so your stuff can be seen by more than your 3 friends on Twitter and on LinkedIn because of hashtags. But on Facebook, when this gets over to Facebook, you need to take that and possibly boost it. But I want to stop myself there and say time out. I don't want you to boost. I mentioned this earlier, and that's because if you're taking an auto post of a landing page, or you're taking an auto post of a listing landing page that's open house, or a property that's sold, there are different buttons that you have to click on Facebook. And if you're like most agents, you don't know those buttons that you need to click in all those different times. We do. We definitely know it when it comes to running ads with our tools as well, because our clients have been running thousands of ads over the years on Facebook, and we know how to do that correctly. So if I'm going to create a listing ad, I just click that button. I choose my home that is open house that we just set just a few minutes ago. I leave it on lead ads because lead ads is going to create a pre-populated form with the name, phone number, and email. And I'm just going to go through it real quickly. I'm going to create a new form. The form is going to look like that. I click publish. That's all I got to do is click publish, and it makes the form, and it puts it clicks a radio button. So it says that's the form we're going to use. And then I type in the location, which is Berkeley. I guess it's Berkeley. I still need more coffee. And you confirm your budget. Okay. So you choose the area, the listing that you want. It's going to go to your Facebook business page. You've got multiple ones. You can decide it. And if you got Instagram connected, you can decide that too. You make sure and create a form. So it's going to get that form. And then you type in the area where you want it to go, and you confirm your budget and you click go. That's it. That's how long it takes to create an ad in Facebook. Okay. And that is, if you want buyer leads, I cannot jump up and down long enough to tell you to be running buyer ads just like I did just now inside of our platform. Don't run ads in the marketplace, or not marketplace, but in the Facebook ad manager, and don't boost things. This is our blog post, which is at the bottom of our website. And it's actually, let me back up, because while I was talking, I went there. There's some really important things. So when you come to listings to leads, you can scroll down and see all this fun stuff and see all the great tools we have, right? But if you go to the bottom, there's a section called quick links, and there's a blog down there. I'm actually going to give this to all of you so that you don't have to scroll down and look at it. Let's see if that works. Hold on. Yes, okay. Hold on. Yes. Killing me. Give me a second, guys. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Let's see if this will happen one more time. Yeah, it's just not my day today. Anyway, that blog post is here, and there's some really important stuff that I want you to see right now. 490 real estate leads with phone numbers in 26 days at about $1 a lead. Now you click on this and see what it is. There's actually some other people that talk about that, but that's an insane number. We've been doing this for 11 years, and I have never seen anybody say, I've got 490 leads with phone numbers in 26 days. Never happened. We would have been happy to hear our clients, and we are always happy to hear our clients say, I got 490 leads from you last year, right? That was like a realistic number. But this ad generator is so effective that if you increase your budget, you're going to get more leads. You decide your budget here. Now, I don't want you to, I'm going to point out that this guy has 490 leads at roughly $1 a lead. It's not because he ran one ad. He was advertising multiple listings, for like 7 days each with different budgets that are all wound up to be around $500 at the end of 26 days. All right. And so what I want you to understand, in case you don't understand, is that when you set this budget on Facebook, this is what is called pay-per-click advertising. Every time somebody clicks, it takes a little chunk of that money away. And when you're looking for buyer leads, we have seen leads cost, in this case, about $1 a lead. But we've also seen leads cost 55 cents a lead and even 35 cents a lead. Now, I don't know why that number is different. I can guess. Maybe it's the competition that you have. Are there a lot of realtors running ads? Are you in a high density area? Are you in more of a rural area? Honestly, I don't know why it's different. These are the things that I guess, right? But I just want you to know that you cannot generate 500 leads with a $35 ad, right? I recommend doing 4 and 5 day ads, and you can put on 20 or 25 bucks. It's basically $5 a day. And when you get good at it and you're like, yeah, you know what? I ran it out for 35 bucks and I got about 35 leads. That means you did it right. Maybe you got 30 leads, maybe you got 40. But when you know that you're doing it right, well, now you can put more money in the hopper and get more leads. But don't go out there running with $100 ads unless you totally know what's going on. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee and let's see this question. Derek, with regards to phone numbers. Derek is saying I'm getting fake phone numbers. One person said his number being used over and over for real estate ads. That one I don't get. Derek, are you running ads with the lead forms like I'm showing you right now? Are you doing that? Yeah. And is that the only place you're getting leads from, or are you using our tools in other places? Does LDL come up? Yes. Okay, so you're only getting leads from Facebook and people are, and lead ads, and people are telling you it's the wrong number, right? Does LDL come up with the primary text for the ads? No, this ad, it's a good question. This text right here that you see is auto-generated from our platform. It looks like this. If you want to modify it, notice it says open house in Berkeley up here. If you want to say great schools, and you type it in the box over here on the left, or new kitchen, or whatever you want to say, if I type it here, it's going to show up over here, which is going to show up on the app, okay? But I can tell you this, because we had a conversation with Calvin, who generated all these leads, 490. He didn't do anything. He just chose a listing and put money on it and blasted it without any kind of modification. And that's basically what a lot of our clients are doing. They're not doing a whole lot more than that. Okay, so yeah, so let me speak to this thing about fake numbers, right? Or whatever Derek is hearing as fake numbers, because I think that's a real thing that we should talk about. And so let's go a little bit deeper on this ad. So let's explain, and I see your questions and I'm welcome. Please add your questions, I'll address them all. So when I said create new form, I just kind of blasted by this. And what this does is it creates this form, right? And all you got to do is click publish. So you don't even need to look in here. You just know that this is what it does. And it puts the name, email, and phone number, right? And so let me show you what that looks like and where that comes from. First of all, when you publish the ad, this whole thing over here on the right shows up on the Facebook newsfeed, right? Not on your business page, because that's not what a Facebook ad is about. It's a newsfeed. So let's go over here and let's kind of go dive and see what in the world am I talking about. This is the newsfeed. And if you haven't run ads on Facebook before, and there are a lot of agents who haven't, And there's a lot of agents, I don't hear this so much anymore. Oh, this is me complaining about my plumbing job this weekend. But uh, there are a lot of people, a lot of realtors, I remember hearing this so long, like they hate Facebook, they hate social media, they're not into sharing pictures of their food and all the other nonsense on Facebook that they see people do, and they don't want any part of it, right? So I get that. And if you were like that, I totally understand that. I mean, I am one of those people that says, hey, you know what, I just, busted my my knuckles for hours working in my kitchen. But what you should all know about Facebook is 71% of adults spend about 45 minutes every day on Facebook, looking at pictures of relatives, of really fun memes, of food, of whatever, travel spots, they're looking here all the time. And another crazy number is 30% of all time spent on smartphones in the United States is spent on Facebook. So if you don't understand Facebook advertising or you just are not having success with it, I really recommend that you find out what we're doing, which is the point of this call, to take advantage of Facebook, which is right here. Okay. We're making it easy and we're adding new content you can add, and we're going to jump into it. So, but you see this here, this is the ad, and this ad is going to show up right like this ad on the newsfeed. And you see this button that says shop now? There will be a button on your ad that kind of says learn more. You see this learn more thing down here? It says that. So what happens when somebody clicks learn more? Well, this form over here that I keep showing you pops up. So where does that show up? Now, I'm not going to click shop now. I'm going to go over here and let's just see if I got it. Give me a second here. Yeah, so here's a client kind of asking me a question, right? And I don't know what the question is, but you see this form that's popped up with some kind of language here, text of question back and forth. That is this, okay? It's this form pops up right on the side. And if you want the information, and their phone number and email and address is already populated. Their phone number, email, and name is pre-populated. So all they got to do is say yes, go. And it's because of that and making it so easy that our clients are getting just tons of leads with phone numbers, like this guy here. So Derek, this is a really long story, but I think it's important that you guys understand that if you have a Facebook account, you have your own profile, right? If you go into your Facebook, you have your own profile, and fairly frequently Facebook would say, hey, do you want to confirm your phone number and your email address? Because that's what you're going to use to confirm that, right? If you get locked out, right? If you get a new phone and you want to log into Facebook and say, hey, is that really you? We're going to send something to your phone number or whatever, right? So Derek, I really don't know if those phone numbers are fake because they are pre-populated with what is inside the profile. I don't know if you're calling people, but maybe if you're calling people, what I'm trying to say about your leads is, yeah, there are people who started Facebook 10 years ago and now they have a new number and that number is old and it doesn't work, right? That might be a true statement. But what's probably more likely is you are really well versed in that concept of speed to lead. Yeah, maybe they can change it too. You're right. Maybe they can change it and they're giving you a fake phone number. But maybe you should text those leads and see if you can get a better response. So let's see the other question. Are all fields required? Yes, Tamara. In that case, those fields are required off of Facebook. So Derek is saying that maybe they changed it, right? Maria is saying we can't really do open house right now with COVID. What do you suggest to check buyer leads as an alternative? Well, I don't think you need to do no. You just market a home as for sale, right? The home I'm talking about in this ad is open house. And what the question is we can't do open houses. it would just be active or just listed, right? Or under contract or just sold, right? You can update your status here. And then after you've updated it, you could go to the ads area over here and just market your listing the exact same way. So let's do that one more time. I'm going to create a listing ad, and I'm going to leave it on lead ads because that's pre-populated phone number. This home is for sale. So your question there, Maria, you don't have to market as home, just mark it as for sale. Click create an ad and go down here, create the form so that and it'll put a radio button right there. Notice this is a different house, so it looks different over here because it's a different house, right? It's for sale. It doesn't say anything about an open house. And, confirm my budget and publish. That's it. That's all you really need to do to run an ad. And that is the top thing. If you want buyer leads, run the ads just like I'm doing it. That is the number one way of doing it. Do you have a follow-up that you recommend for leads from getting? No, Dean, today we don't really have a follow-up. Type in the words follow-up in the mastermind group. You will see discussions going on for years and lots of people giving files and all kinds of great ideas. We're actually building a follow-up system. It'll probably be launched in the first quarter of this year, but don't hold me to that. Yeah, so Naomi has a great question. On the social media PDFs, how can we preview the PDFs beforehand? That's a good question. So that's a bit jumping the gun, but let's go back to ads and let's move along, right? We know how to run ads for listings that are for sale. I'm going to do one other thing, and the next button is create a landing page ad, right? So maybe you want to create a landing page ad for free home value. Let's go do that real quickly, right? Create an ad, use the lead form so that you get the pre-populated phone numbers. Now, this here is generic. This comes right out of the system, and frankly, this is not, in my mind, it's not a solid thing to be doing. It's not the best thing you can be doing. So let me bring us back to this blog. I tried to send this to you earlier, right? And it said it's at the bottom of the website and it talks about Calvin. And there's an article here that says the top 7 seller lead generation tools. So if you want more listings, you actually should look at that blog post, okay? And I'm going to try and send you something in a minute, but that is like the top 7 tools, not ranked on how many leads you get, but on how fast they actually convert into a listing contract. All right. Now, number 1 on that top 7 list is this. It has nothing to do with Facebook. It's a print letter. This guy got 5 listings in 3 months in August, in the height of COVID, taking our number 1 tool. You should be looking at this. If you want listings, you got to replicate this model. That's just it. And the reason why I'm telling you all this is a lot of clients are going to want to run home value ads, and we make it dead easy. And we know all the buttons to check. There are a lot of ways to make mistakes. We're going to take those away for you. I'm going to click create new form and show you that now that the home is, notice the contact form is different, because to get a home value, we need your street address. Now, Facebook does not pre-populate the street address or the zip code, because nobody really puts that in Facebook. We put it there as a field, so they got to type it in, but if they want it, they'll get that. And there's actually a post in the mastermind group where people were getting leads. They're doing exactly what I'm showing you, and they're getting like a dozen leads. But what you need to know is Facebook leads for sellers are more expensive than leads for buyers. I showed you earlier that we've seen leads cost $1 for buyers, 35 cents and 55 cents. The average lead cost I have seen is $5 for seller leads. So if you're putting a $35 budget, you probably only expect to get like 7 leads, right? And again, I don't know the exact cost per seller lead in your community, but that's kind of what you got to think about. All right. I do recommend running ads because if you put 20, let's just say you put 30 bucks on a home value ad, wherever you are in the United States, I'm just going to roll the dice and tell you that 2,000 people will see that. You can see here it's sponsored by Listings to Leads. For you, it's going to be sponsored by you, the Rockstar Realtor, or whatever your business page is called. So 1,000 to 2,000 people are going to see that you're a professional available to give a home value. So it's worth it to me for your brand to run a $30 ad like that, at least once or twice a month. But those leads are not going to be the highest quality seller leads, right? Now, let me see here. What else should I tell you about this? Probably the most important thing is that this language is so weak. And it's funny. I think we're able to pre-populate. And I might have to create a new home value page. Let me try something. Let me try something real quickly here. I'm going to go to landing page. This is my home valuation landing page. I'm not going to go to landing page. I'm going to go to ads. And give me a second. I'm going to go to create a landing page. And I'm going to leave it on lead form so I get pre-populated phone numbers. And I'm going to do a home value page for Pleasant Hill. And it kind of looks the same, but I'm wondering if it gets different technology. No. So Scott showed me something. It might be in his account only, and we're going to push it. We have a partnership with a company called Onboard Informametrics. What you want to add in this kind of space, and Onboard is going to help us do it automatically for all of you, is you want to say something like this, like 40 homes sold in Pleasant Hill last month, right? Last month, and the high was, let's just say 500K, right? And I've said this before, getting home value leads from Facebook, it's tricky. And it's one thing that a lot of agents around the country have been doing for years. There are coaches talking about it. Your colleagues are saying, yeah, I get leads. So a lot of agents, there are a number of companies out there. Bold, Prime Seller, Home Value, I don't know, Curator. Boomtown sells a home value page, that looks like our home value page for $250 a month. So this has been going on for a while. And it's not the best way of getting listing leads. That is my point. Okay. But if you want it and you're going to do it, you need to be inventive about this language up here, because just a generic ad ain't going to cut it anymore. And so sometimes it's, that you got 8 sellers waiting, right? Or 8 buyers waiting, and the high is here and stuff like that. So that's kind of my point about that. That's how you run that kind of ad. I do think you should do it at least once a month. And I also think you should run that ad on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's see here. I see some questions. How can we send the PDF? So yeah, we're going to get in that in 1 second, Bob. What if we don't currently have listings? And I would recommend that you borrow a listing. The number one way of getting buyer leads is to run ads, just like I'm showing you for homes that are for sale, even if you have to borrow. There are other ways to capture buyer leads, but that is the best way, is marketing a listing. Not first on Facebook ads, but does this work on Facebook? Yeah, Adrian, this will only, you need a business page to run an ad. And let me say this one more time. When you publish this ad is not going to show up on your business page. It's not going to show up on your personal page either. It's going to show up on the news feed of the people that you target, the people in your audience. And if your audience is everybody that lives in Lafayette, California, or whatever your thing is, that's who sees it. And they see it, let me just show you. Let me go back. Why is everything going so slow? Yeah, this is the feed here, right? This is your ads show up on the news feeds for people or on their phone on the news feeds. Okay. Your ads don't show up on your business page. Why? Nobody really goes to your business page, even if they like it. Renee, no, this does not exclude other realtors. I don't think that's actually there as an option for us. Yeah, yeah. I know that is an option inside the mastermind group, or not in the ad generator. It's not an option here. And do you always need to type in a location? Always, they won't even allow it, right? Okay, so let's get to that other question about the PDF stuff. So this is brand new stuff. So like I saw it with my own eyes in my account about an hour ago. So I'm going to kind of wing it here and then I'll poke around and kind of show you. So there are a number of questions about this. So right now we call it create the social content ad, which that might change, that title might change because it doesn't make any sense to me. But right now you can create a PDF report. And we're actually going to be adding, we've created a number of videos that are related to real estate. And you're going to be able to use those in ads too. So we're adding more kinds of content that you can run on Facebook ads. The newest, the latest one is PDFs. And notice when I click, there's all kinds of cool reports. The dangers of overpricing, home maintenance checklist, how to stage your home to sell, home value increase report, right? Just for buyer leads right here. So somebody asks, what do I do if I don't have listings? Here are 10 most expensive home repairs, all about HOAs. So these are reports for buyer leads, right? So if you want a home buying questions, home buying negotiation, all kinds of great information that you can share. But when people want it, so the top half is seller leads and the bottom half is buyer leads. So I'm going to say, let's just go down buyers, right? And first time home buyers guide and create an ad, right? And so Tina, in Las Vegas, it's difficult to specify unless there's a zip code. Yeah, Tina, I kind of know Las Vegas. I think you can type in a zip code, right? So this is my report over here, first time home buyers guide, right? And you can go add some stuff here, like whatever you want, like, I don't know, let's get moving. Right, I'm just going to type this so that you can see if you add something in the left, it shows up over here on the right. And all you really need to be thinking about is where do you want it to be seen? And of course, create a new form so that you get the pre-populated phone numbers. And then here is this is the autoresponder. And honestly, it's the first time I've seen this, so I'm kind of slowly picking through this. This is, and so the point of this autoresponder, you see this here, it says report link. So when they give you the lead, when they click on it and say, yeah, I want it, it's going to say, thank you, we're going to send you an email. And that's going to send this to them and they can download it in the email that we send you, that we send them, or we drop them on a page and they're able to drop it and capture it right there. So if I type in, I'm going to type in my location and just see if that works. And actually, there's some kind of error here. You might be able to type in a zip code. Arthur asks, do we have one for new construction? Yes, we do. They're automatically created. So let's go over here to ads. Well, actually, so that's a landing page, right? So go to create a landing page ad, and here you see new construction, right? And now this new construction has, it's like a generic landing page. We don't know all the construction projects going on in the United States today. So you're going to need to have that available. We're just going to help you capture the leads, people who are interested in your construction. Can we put a link to a report we already have on our own website? Well, the short answer is yes. But there is a longer answer, which is more detailed, and that is on landing pages, you want to go create a custom buyer landing page or custom seller landing page where it says free report, these two. And you want to upload the report into our system. You don't really want to send people to your website. We can, I mean, there is a way to do that. I just don't know if you want to do that. If you're trying to capture contact information, just upload the report to our deal. But the one thing that I will say is you can create unlimited landing pages in your accounts for all these kinds of landing pages. But what I don't see, and I'm hoping that we're going to change soon, is that if I create a custom landing page, which you should do, that should be available to run an ad on right here. And actually it is. So I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, it's available. So if I create a custom new construction landing page like this one here in Summit, I can drive traffic to it, right? And so you can customize the landing page with whatever way you want to do that. And you do that in the landing page section over here. So if you want to create a landing page, you go here and you choose the kind of landing page you want, and then you type in the city like Lafayette, and you click add this green button over here and it creates it. Then you go and you modify it, right? You can click the pencil and that will give you the ability to edit it, right? So you can put a video in the background, you can put a different, you can put a timer on it, you can put bullet points, all that stuff. Doug says, is there anything to move down sellers? You mean like empty nesters, Doug? And then Renee says, I was referring, so yeah, we actually have an empty nester landing page, right? So go here, go to empty nester. Empty nester plus has a built-in auto valuation. So if you want to get people who want to downsize, let's see if I have any here. Yeah, here's empty nester. So this is going to show me what I have. I actually have an empty nester home valuation landing page, and it will give a home value, and it's got this generic picture in the back, and you're welcome to change that picture or put a video or do whatever. But yeah, that is for people to downsize. And then Renee says, I was referring to the email that gets sent after they click the L to L, the link in the email. Maybe, Renee, you can try that, because I get your point. If I go here to ads and I click a PDF report, let's just give it a second. So I'm going to go to create social content, and here is a PDF report that I want to download. I'm just going to say this one and create an ad and give it a second. It's going to look different, have different content on the right here, right? And you might want to change the language or whatever. You're going to create the new form so you get pre-populated contact info. And this is the report. So here it says report link, right? And that's like dynamic pointing into our system. Renee, you could put your link to your website right there, and that would probably get that. So Sarah has a great question. How can I view these reports? Yeah. So the short answer is, wow, I kind of don't know. and we just launched this today. So I gotta just say this. We just launched this today. So it's typical for Scott and I to bring a concept out and then launch it and then comb it out and add and make it better. And I think what we're gonna need to add here is, where can I see that report? Right? That's a really understandable question. I'm going to kind of dive around. I think I know where these reports are hidden. If you click edit on any landing page, but I think on home value, and you click on advanced options, and I could be wrong, I could be going right down a dead end street here, but these reports sit somewhere in our system. I just never touch them because I don't need to, and there's no real easy way of getting that. So this one here, it says follow up. Let's look at follow up. Now that might be that's a monthly update. So you're doing okay. Give me a second. Home value header. God, I mean, it's really insane. I just, these are the reports, right? And it's this is like a bigger. There are more reports here than are over there, but this is a bad answer. This is where they are. They're under home value header. My guess is wait a couple weeks and they'll be somewhere where they're available. You don't add a team logo to a landing page, Tina. You add a team logo to your profile, or you go to the appearance section in your profile, and that's where you put a team logo. Let's see here. How to get the autoresponder and there are. Oh, go to autoresponder. Really? Okay. Tina is. So go to autoresponder in advanced sections. Oh, cool. You see, it's best when we have clients do the training. So, all right, so we're in advanced options of a home value page. And it's just ass backwards. I apologize. We'll get there. We'll get this in a place where you actually need it. But there's autoresponder, there's new. You got to scroll down to the bottom, and there's the attached report. Choose the one that corresponds to the one you're going to use, and download the report right here, right on this button. That obviously is not how it should be. Like I said, we just released this last night, and we got to comb a few things out. But you can certainly see what a report looks like here. This is my logo, my contact information that's on my profile, and it's enough to offer a little bit of information that makes it useful. It's not garbage. We literally made sure it's not junk. We created these ourselves, right? And but I think you can feel confident that you're sharing something that's valuable in exchange for contact information, right? Does that make sense? I'm sorry about giving us this insane runaround to get that answer, but that's what it is, right? And then you go back to the ad section and you run the ad, right? Now, we have talked about how to run ads on PDF reports. We talked about running ads on landing pages like home value and new construction. I want to create one more listing ad, but this time I want to do it when it's sold, because a lot of you don't have listings. So I want to get lead ads and I want to create an ad, and you sold a couple of listings, so you definitely want to market your property as sold. And I think it's really important. I talk to agents every day, and one of the things that I hear is like, oh, I can't work with you because I don't have any listing, right? And I just sold my last listing and it was sold in 4 days, right? You know this kind of story because inventory is super tight around the country. And I'm like, my God, that's like this. You got to tell the people that. You got to tell the story. So one thing that you want to know is with listings to leads, when a home is in an early stage, like just listed, coming soon, or open house, or just plain active for sale, we have the forms created to capture buyer information, get buyer leads. But when a home is under contract or pending or active contingent or sold, our call to actions are designed to get seller leads, all right? So you want to market your homes when they're sold or when they're pending, because we're going to help you get more listing leads. And this information that's up here, it's all that we know. It's all that Scott and I know, right? We don't have people looking at every one of your listings. That would take just a team of people to do that. So we're just auto pulling the relevant information that we think will help you. But you might know something about this home that we don't know. And usually it's something like, this home went into contract in 4 days, right? That's big news, right? We still have 7 buyers. If you say 8 offers and 7 buyers still looking, this is really important. It's something that realtors don't quite think of. And it's like, it's what's happening to people all over the country. But you need to market your sold reports, and you need to kind of give. I kind of say this as, the 2 strongest emotions are fear and greed, right? And if you tell somebody I got a contract in 4 days, the fear of selling a home is just the pain in the rear of that process. And if you can sell a home in 4 days, whoa, I want to talk to you, right? Not 6 months. And if you got 8 offers, I'm now feeling more confident because you got 7 people still looking. This could be a really good, easy way. What if it's sold, 5% above asking? All these things agents so rarely use, but this is for an ad for $20 or $30, 1,000 people, 2,000 people are going to see that. You want to share that kind of detail if you've got that kind of story to tell. All right. And I definitely, when it comes to Facebook, and if we step back and get high level, I think you need to be running, and this is what, when people ask me, like, what should my budget be? I tell people your budget should be minimally $200 a month for Facebook advertising. And let me explain what that is. That is one $20 ad every week during the week about a home. Okay, I've got a home that's open house right here. I'm going to start that maybe on Wednesday, and it's going to end on Saturday. It's going to be $20, $5 a day for 4 days. Okay, so since there are 4 weeks in every month, 4 times 20, that's $80. Well, what's the other 120? In the past, I would tell you, go run an ad at least almost every week. I would tell people, run an ad every week. Sorry, I'll go do it here, on a home valuation landing page, right? And I actually don't say that much anymore because I don't think that the home value ads on Facebook are as effective. I think you'd be better to run a home value ad every other weekend and then run a down payment assistance ad. If you want to do that thing, you could change it to first time home buyer. It's a landing page already created, but mix in the other landing pages and run those as $30 ads. So that's, that's basically $50 a week, one $20 ad, one $30 ad, times 4 weeks is $200 a month. You will have a couple hundred leads every month from that. It'll be a mix of the kinds of leads. You can decide, hey, I want to create a waterfront landing page, right? I want to do a golf course homes, or maybe a particular golf course development or new construction, and I want to do that every other week because that's an important part of my business. You decide what your business is about. We just have the tools for you to maximize that, right? Really to build the strategy, especially when it comes to Facebook, to get ads and get tools out there that can capture leads for you, right? So are there any questions? I've talked about a lot. I want to point out that on the ads page, there's a video right here that shows you how to set all this up and then to run the ad. There's a whole lot that listings to leads does. I'm going to see if I can find something for you here. And let's see if I can send this to you, because this is the #1 tool that I send to everybody. So we're at the top of the hour. Oh, I got it. Awesome. So everybody, I think I just sent you this post. And let's go look and see if you got it. It would have popped up. Yeah. it pops up, is like an orange button on the GoToMeeting chat panel. And I'm going to read it to you to just point out what I think you need to see here. And if you have questions, oh, cool, you got it. Let me show you, if you have any questions about anything with listings leads, ask them now, because I'm going to say goodbye shortly. This article right here, it's a video. It talks about how to market listings with our system. Like all the things you got to do, not just Facebook. Whether they're your listings or borrowed listings, okay? Number two, this is how to create an ad. I've been showing you how to create ads. We've done it over and over, but this video here goes through it in detail, so if you need more of a refresher. Remember how earlier I talked about the top 7 seller lead gen tools ranked on how fast these leads turn into actual contracts? This is the recording covering that. What do you do when you don't have listings? If there are people here without listings, you want to see that. If you're investing in professional video with a videographer, or with like things like Matterport, watch this video so you can embed that in there. If you want some really, this is actually a cool call here, this free and cheap lead gen. There's just a lot of ways of getting leads that don't cost money. And you know, if you're watching your budget, you might want to look at that. So I've asked everybody, where is this? Tina, this should be in the GoToMeeting chat panel. Actually, it's in the blog too. It's in the blog. Let's see. So if you're catching this call in a recording, if you go to listings leads, it is. I did give it to everybody in the chat panel, but I want to just point out. If you scroll down to the bottom of our page and you get to the quick links, there's a blog. And I showed you a couple of that I really think you should look at. 490 leads, which is really what we talked about today. This right here is the top way of getting listing leads. And down here, there's this article that says realtors stuck inside with time on your hands. This is the blog post I just sent you. And this has all the videos that I think you need to watch. This is a great library. And if you just watch these top 4, you're gonna know 90% of what you need to do with listing leads. So let's get to those questions. Okay. When you run a free ad report, do you have to do anything with the autoresponder? No, Steve, it will automatically send the right report. Yeah, you can customize the autoresponder, and we give that editor to you there, but you don't really need to. It's just, let me just go here real quickly to show you. I'm just going to do this 10 expensive home repairs. Let's just go real quickly. So this is a free report, right? And the autoresponder is down here, and you don't really have to do anything. We're just showing it to you. You might want to say, you know, I'm super awesome to work with, and you can put that there too, right? Okay. Hold on. Kathleen, where is a widget on the blog, the one on the right of the video background? Can we use that on our own website? Where is the widget on the blog on the right of the video background? Oh. Now, I don't know, Kathleen, what you're talking about. Video. But I don't know. Oh, this, maybe this blog post here. I don't think we create that. You can ask support. I don't think we create, I think it's this video, what is your homework on the blog? It might be, let's go over real quickly. Let's go over and let's go to landing pages. And let's go to a home valuation landing page. I'm gonna go down to my Pleasant Hill one, click edit. get to advanced options. Give me a second. Advanced options. And it might be right here in embed. Yeah. So you see this embed code? This says, yeah, this is probably it. This, because it's 100 megapixels wide and 700 pixels tall. That kind of looks like that blog post that you're talking about. Okay. So that's the embed code. And you can also change the height and stuff, right? Yeah, like right down here. Okay. Do you also do postcard direct mailing farm? Yeah, so actually, David, that is the point of this blog post. How Chris got 5 listings in 3 months. This is a mailing. And you should read this blog post. It is on the blog thing that I was just talking about. We don't actually have the service where you can choose the addresses and stuff like this. But just to point it out, I'm going to go over to the mastermind group. This letter that we create is awesome. It's our top tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing business. And I definitely recommend that you all figure out how to apply that. We don't have the mailing mechanism. We can't sell you the data set, but I will tell you this. You should get in the mastermind group. If you're a client, you should get in the mastermind group. You can ask support and they'll get you in. And look for this guy's post. There are 2 people. Chris Winstead is the most recent, and I kind of showed you what he said. There's a blog post about him. Let's give it a second to figure out what in the world why it's taking so long. You should actually just kind of check out what he's doing, because this guy is right here in August said, I got 5 listings in 3 months. This video is awesome. You may not be able to recreate that. I can tell you, I can't create that, but if you listen to what he's doing, and he's telling us he's putting this in neighborhood groups on Facebook, it's a great commercial. And if you watch the commercial, you see that text there. He actually has a fancy URL he bought at GoDaddy, and he's pointing him to our landing page. But the real thing, you don't need the video. This is the gold right here. I send out that letter every other week to neighbors who have owned their homes for 5 years or more. Once they opt in on the home value page, I consistently contact them every week with phone calls, bomb, letters via mail, and letters left at their door. That might sound like a lot of work, but it is the #1 way of getting a listing contract. That's it, right? So let's see here. Not a question, more of a testimonial. Dean says he has generated 26 buyer leads on my listings for $1.12 a lead, still on the trial, but you're going to be a client. That's awesome, Dean. I'm glad to hear that. Please share that with the mastermind group, because I think our clients need to know that. I mean, we do these calls so that our clients learn what's going on, right? Yeah, and I think it just supports it if you can share that kind of stuff with the group. I'm glad well, everybody, I'm just gonna say thank you. I don't see any more questions. That social content thing is awesome. The fact that you can get PDF reports out, it's awesome. We're gonna add video content to that. We're also adding this whole other, I don't know, a bunch of other kind of colorful content. That's all I can kind of say. Everything from memes to random stuff to make it easier for you to get stuff out in social media, right? To just keep your audience kind of paying attention to you. I would definitely look at the Chris Winstead story. I would also go look at that's referencing our nearby homeowner letter, which I mentioned earlier. Look up the name Dustin Fox and look at Dustin Fox posts from 2 summers ago, because he uses the exact same letter. He mails it out first class to 250 homes in the neighborhood where he just sold a home and pulls 10 listings from one mailing, right? Now it cost him $625 to do the mailing, but he got 10 listings, the average commission of 17,000. So he was kind enough to say, that's our highest ROI, right? So if you're looking for listings, you got to get that letter going. That is the top thing. There are other tools, and I mentioned that on this blog post, we talk about the top 7, and you should definitely watch that. It's in your little chat panel there, or you can find it at the bottom of our website. And this call and the recording of this will be up in the mastermind group later today. I appreciate all your help with your questions. Keep safe out there, get in the mastermind group, and please share with us. I'll tell you what's really important. If you're running ads and you're getting leads, Dean, that's a really important data point for all of our clients to know, that you're getting buyer leads at $1.12. I could go show you something. I'll go show you right now, and I'll say goodbye. Last week, somebody came in, I think it was Peter Hopkins, came in and said, I got a bunch of leads at $1 a lead or something like this. And one of our clients responded and said, God, I'm not getting that many leads. I'm getting 5 or 6 leads, right? And she said, I must be doing something wrong. And I kind of jumped in and I said, well, what are you doing? And then we ended up getting on the phone. And what I realized is, for some cockamamie reason, she is being charged $5 a buyer lead, okay? Whereas here it's 35 cents a buyer lead. Why in the world is she paying $5 a buyer lead? And we could see it, right? It was actually, I think it was right about here. Yeah, you see Chris says, I've got no more than 7 leads. I must be doing something wrong. Now, Peter says it's his audience size. I actually don't know. Maybe that is it. I got on the phone, I looked at it, and I'm like, wow, why are they charging $5 for buyers? I have no idea. So what I asked her to do was strip out and change what she was doing, just in case there was, what you may not know, guys, is when you create an ad, and this is a really bad example, it doesn't automatically go out. It goes out and Facebook has to review it, right? And I don't know, I think it's a physical person. I think people actually look and go, okay, that's okay. I don't think it's algorithms. I don't think it's computer. But I don't honestly know, because sometimes I've heard it's published in 15 minutes, and sometimes I've heard it's published in 12 hours. So I don't know. I do know that somebody has to approve it for it to go. And so I told her, like, let's clean up your language so there's nothing there that can be construed that this is going to get me a home value, so that we're making it very clear this home is for sale, because she should be paying $1 a lead or 50 cents a lead or something like that. So that was my story. It's a long story. Thanks everybody again for hanging out. This call will be in the mastermind group. Take care, keep safe, and learn what we got going here, because it's helped a lot of our clients grow their business, and we definitely want to help you grow your business. So have a great 2021, everybody, and talk to you soon. Bye.